Are we ready to go?
Just mopping up the flood. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, it's a lovely day for it, isn't it?
Yeah, well...
Chucking it down. Got water.
We've got water and...
And you know where we're going, so...
I know. We're going to Thetford Warren Lodge. Hopefully we can get in.
Oh, Warren Lodge sounds quite grand.
It's a bit rainy.
What?
It's a bit rainy.
Rain.
A bit rainy. It was a pretty miserable start to the weekend.
But it had been 7 weeks since we'd last been away in the van, so we weren't going to let a bit of rain hold us back.
What are your first impressions then? It's a bit slopey and lumpy.
Yeah, shame it's a bowl, isn't it? It's a bowl with high ground all around the edges.
It's still raining very hard. There's one other motorhome here and there's one other van. So when we first pulled into this car park, can you remember what you said? What was your first impressions of this car park?
My first impressions was that we should see the Detectorists sweeping the area for the mayor's necklace chain thing. For all fans of Detectorists, you'll know exactly what I mean.
And if you're not a
There's
fan...
even a pile of dog shit over there as well.
If you're not a fan of Detectorists, I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube.
The mayor was in a little car park in the middle of nowhere, up to no good.
Up to no good.
Up to no good, and he lost his necklace chain thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, there wasn't any dodgy activity in the car park during our stay.
So this is a special app called...
GPS status.
And it's telling us what?
Everything. Even down here, it
How level are
tells
we?
you how quickly you're turning your phone round and round. That's 1,000 HPAs, something pascals, I suppose, which is 1 bar. So oh, there's my battery. And then it's also that's a level, so you can see that it's like a spirit level, but a digital one. So we're slightly nose down and slightly left down. And I'm sure that number there means something as well. Yeah, it does. Look, we're left a bit and down a bit. There you go. L2, right. D2, L1. So we're down a bit and left a bit.
You're so good at making cups of tea and coffee in the morning, aren't you?
Am I?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you're so much better at it than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? How about that? That's good, isn't it?
Did you sleep well?
I did, thank you. Did you?
I slept okay.
Not great.
I think I was feeling a bit uncomfortable in my bones.
Oh.
But other than that, I slept well. The rain was lovely and it did stop.
It's still going at 4 in the morning.
I think it stopped and started. Are you making friends? Through the window?
He was concerned about the fact that we were in the middle of a lake.
What did you think of our little park up?
Well, as I always say, once you close the blinds, it doesn't matter where you are, except it does, because we weren't level. And it rained pretty much all night. You said it was going to stop at midnight,
It
didn't
did
it?
stop.
It was raining heavily at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but it stopped between midnight and
Okay,
4.
it stopped for 10 minutes and then it carried on. And now we're in a lake. We're parked in the middle of a lake. All 3 doors are actually underwater. Well, when you step on the ground, they're underwater.
Yeah, there's some big puddles.
So it does matter where you are.
But it was very quiet, wasn't it?
I mean, not being level hasn't had a problem. The only problem we're likely to get with not being level is the shower tray overflow. We'll have a shower.
But if we turn it around, it might flow the other way.
Yeah, true.
I know. That's physics.
That is physics.
Yeah. So when we shut all the blinds for the night, it was about, I don't know, 9:30. And
you
there
normally
were...
do girl physics, don't you? But today you do girl physics.
Impressive for me. So when we arrived last night, there were...
Oh, you didn't put sugar in my tea.
It's there. Don't worry, oh Lord.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
What did you do with the spoon?
I put it in the spoon pot.
Well, no, I don't know which one had coffee on it.
Doesn't matter. I've got spoons.
But you don't like your tea tasting
That is
coffee.
true. You're quite right. Yeah, I don't like my tea.
That's why I got a fresh spoon out.
Is it? So thoughtful.
So as I was saying, last night when we put the blind shut, it was about 9:30.
You haven't put coffee on the spoon, have you? Because I don't like my tea contaminating the coffee. Go on, carry on. Close the blinds.
Yeah. There's one small little camper van in the corner and two kind of regular camper vans, like, I don't know what you call those ones, the little ones. Camper vans, rather than motorhomes. And this morning we've woken up and there's a ginormous motorhome parked in the other corner.
Big boy.
There's been a few...
We're no longer the big boy on the block.
No, we're not particularly. Yeah. But there's been a few dog walkers come and go this morning. But actually, I thought it was very quiet. There was a teeny amount of road noise from the road back there.
Yeah,
But it's quite far away. The car park is quite set back from the road, so really quiet.
Yeah.
That motorhome over there has got something running.
Yeah, it's quite annoying.
Yeah. But it's not the end of the world. No, I think it's quite nice. I'd come back here.
I've read about generators being very unpopular on campsites because people leave them running and annoys everybody.
What do they use a generator for in a motorhome?
To generate electricity. Well, I don't know what that one's running for. It could be pneumatics or, I don't know. Maybe the heating system doesn't work, so they're leaving the engine running for some heat. I don't know. But,
It's just cold water, not vodka.
you sure?
Yeah.
Should I test it?
Yes. I quite liked having the rain pattering down all night.
You did.
Relaxing. So
There's something nice about being in a watertight tent when it's raining outside. I didn't get that same effect in here.
No?
No, not really. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, but not the same. Ah.
Peace at last.
Lazy day today.
Oh yeah, but that's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been such a long time since we've been away that last night I was just enjoying just being sat here with a little bit of music on and not doing anything. Just.
Do you need a little cushion to make you more comfy?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to bring one from home. I think we've got spares. I think last time I used the blanket that's on the bed. I folded it up like a cushion.
Well, it's good if you can repurpose things because then you've got less stuff to carry around with.
I'll do that. I don't know how long you can leave chemical waste in the toilet before it starts not being so great.
Not being so great. It's not great when you start. I can tell you, it'll be not so great right now.
Yeah.
I think it should be a rule that everyone who uses a toilet in a motorhome should have to empty it at least once so they can really appreciate what's involved.
So is that the rule? Yeah, okay. You're forgetting that I wouldn't be able to lift it because I'm too weak, and they're off for the day. Oh, there's a lot of water on the van. Despite the rain, we decided to take our walk anyway. Thetford Warren Lodge was probably built in the 1400s. What did they do at Warren Lodge?
There was a warrener who was basically farming rabbits. And the warrener and his family lived in the little lodge there. And on the ground floor, that's where they kept all the traps and the dead rabbits and all the equipment and all the skinning equipment and all that stuff. And the family lived on the first floor. And the ground floor had narrow windows to protect them from thieves who try to break in, because the rabbit fur and the rabbit was very expensive, because all the royalty and the lords and all the nobility, all the hobnobs, would they valued the meat, but they also used the fur for their ceremonial robes and things like that.
Right, yeah. It's quite an imposing building, what's left of it.
Well, most of it's fallen down. It's only the central bit that's left.
Lovely little walk ahead, and as always, at the entrance of a lovely little walk, what do you get in the hedgerow?
Shite!
A poop bag. This really irritates me, because I think that people that have dogs should clear up after them, and if they can't, then they're not really responsible enough to have a dog, are they? This would probably be a beautiful walk if it was a nice day. Unfortunately, it's not such a nice day. Have you found a little path?
I believe so.
Do you want to take it?
I think we do.
Huh?
I think we do.
That means yes. It's a bit wet.
No, I'm laughing at you with the selfie stick. Never ceased to amuse me that.
Well, it's silly, but it works. And oh, look at this lovely little clearing.
It would be lovely. Chucking it down.
Right then, let's go. We're going to find our way back to the van. Maybe have a cuppa. Maybe go into Thetford. Walked into that. I just walked into that.
Don't walk into that.
I scratched my hand. Look, I got a thorn in my hand. Let me pick it out.
I'll get that for you. A little bit of home surgery. Oh, it's hardly in.
Gosh. I was just trying to get a picture of the lodge as we approached it, and now I've just...
Now you're injured.
So that's the lodge, and in a minute you'll see where the car park is. A bit dark. And in the distance you can see the big motorhome that is in the car park, and there's us in the distance there. We then moved on to Thetford Town and parked down by the river.
Mandy's very good at finding these park ups, but this time she really found a blinder.
Thank you.
It was a lovely little car park, just big enough for the van, if you're lucky to get there when it's not too busy. With a little footbridge over the river, and then a really beautiful walk along the river into the town.
It was really lovely, actually. Yeah, you're right. So we found a little cafe for a spot of lunch, and as we were walking through the town, and we accidentally found a Burrell museum. Tell us what the Burrell Museum is, Dave.
Well, it's a museum to the oldie worldy steamy things. It's a lot like the Longshop Museum in Leiston. Some lovely old traction engines, and they've got some displays on how those machines were made back in the, I guess it was the 1800s.
It wasn't very big, was it? But it was free entry, and they just asked for a donation, didn't they?
And they've got a cafe. And if we'd known, we could have had lunch there.
We could have done, but we'd already had a rather dry jacket potato. After the Burrell Museum, we continued on to Thetford Priory.
The full name of the Priory in Thetford is the Priory of Our Lady of Thetford. It was one of the largest and most important monasteries in medieval East Anglia and founded in the early 12th century. For 400 years it was the burial place of the Earls and Dukes of Norfolk and enjoyed their powerful protection. And it was because of that that Thetford was one of the last monasteries to be suppressed when it surrendered to King Henry VIII's commissioners in 1540.
And that was a dissolution of the monasteries. Monasteries, it was. No, that was... when we visited Leiston, and I thought maybe it had been destroyed because of the dissolution.
Oh no, you're getting confused between the dissolution and the Civil War, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. But this one was dissolved because of Henry VIII.
Yeah. Most abbeys were destroyed then.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of abbeys were destroyed then.
It was a really impressive place anyway. I really enjoyed going there, despite the rain.
It's a very nicely kept site.
I'm just having a little rest, and I found a bit of wall to sit on that isn't too wet, because obviously we've had a few downpours, and I've just realised I'm actually sat in the infirmary. Come to heal me in the infirmary.
Yeah.
The sun started to break through, and we retraced our steps along the riverbank back to the valley.
In part 2, we're visiting Churchview Campsite in Barrow.
And we hope to catch up with you again then.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in